so much for playing my game.
So hello, this is the first time I doing such a video like this, type of video, let's say. So I'm not an expert. I hope my voice quality is pretty good, and it's hearable. Also, if you have any suggestions towards what should I improve in the video, please comment down below. I hope the intro of my channel was entertaining. If it isn't, I can try another intro. So let's start our topic. So you saw the title of this video, the arcade design in video games. But before we talk about the design, let's say, we first need to go back to the origin of the word arcade. Now, as all you know, the gaming industry started in arcades. You put the coin, you play for a time, and then you go to your home. So that's the basis. But well, as everyone knows this, so we can continue on. But nowadays, the usage of word arcade means something different. Let's say, if we say a game has an arcade-like design or archaic design, we use it in a negative way, as say, ooh, when you die, you have to go back to the checkpoint and do everything in the level or the mission all over again, just like Mega Man and Castlevania and all that NES bullshit. Everyone remembers like that. Yes, the design philosophy I will talk about has negative outcomes, and not everyone's going to tolerate and understand this let's say design choice. But what you gonna do? First and secondly, since we talked about the meaning nowadays, what do I think about it? Like, what is my opinion towards this type of design? Well, arcade design, at least what I gathered and what can I understand from the types of games that I played, is it requires you to be skilled at the game, learning by dying and retrying. Has a lot of is short and replayable. I couldn't. Okay, I couldn't sum up the sentence very well. So basically, these games usually, by the way, it mustn't be an arcade game. By the way, this design can be found a lot of retro games. But two examples I'm going to talk about: Sonic and Devil May Cry 1. One of them is a PS2 game. One of them is a Sega Genesis game. Has the same philosophy. So these games aren't that long actually. Like, let's say RPG, like 100 or so hours. You can beat them in relative short sessions, actually. But in your first playthrough, it's for you, the game experience probably would feel off. It would be some weird mechanics, clunky design, and weird choices that can be frustrate you, but has some good qualities, like, I don't know, maybe music, maybe the art design, maybe the characters and such. So why is it like that? Your first playthrough is fun but frustrating, and your second and third playthrough is just like phenomenal. Because the same thing happened to me in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, Sonic 1 and DMC 1. We can at least there's a YouTuber called Exaparadigm Gamer, and he talks about the Sega learning curve, which is a pretty good YouTuber, and I'm going to link the video where he talks about this design mechanic. It's similar to arcade design, which is like Sega games usually focus on replayability and skill. You can see in a lot of Sonic games, in your first playthrough, as I explained in the arcade design, usually isn't very smooth like Nintendo. Like when you play a Mario game, it's smooth sailing. Besides your own failures, it's the controls are very well and tight. The level design is simple to understand, pick up and play, and you can finish it relatively well. Same thing with The Legend of Zelda and other sorts of stuff, especially Kirby. But in Sonic games and other games that Sega has put out, like Streets of Rage and stuff, it usually opens up and you can see the depth of the game when you just play it more, understand the mechanics, and understand the level design and such. That is why these arcade design of games are infinitely replayable, and I can just, when I understand the design of them, I can just play them over and over and over again. That's why I wanted to make this video and talk about them. So, where did I notice this gameplay design? Well, when I first beat Sonic 1, it was a nightmare. Like, it was really difficult. I used save states. I beat the Genesis version, even though I had the mobile version. I will talk about that version. So yeah, it was very hard, but I enjoyed Green Hill Zone and Starlight Zone and Spring Yard Zone, but I hated Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone. So, and Scrap Brainyard Zone. I agree with the consensus of Sonic 2 is better, it's faster, and its level design is mostly better, except the attack. The final boss is shite. And pretty bullshit, but that's a topic for another day. Whenever I do a let's play of it, I don't know. Then I played the mobile version, and then it kind of clicked. I understood what was wrong with me. Yes, the game has some design choices that is flawed, but when I play more of it, I can understand that I need to use the momentum to navigate through these stages. I can look for shortcuts to these stages, and of course I can use the physics to my advantage. So Sonic 1 became more fun to me when I understood what was it trying to do, what was the levels are all about, and how to navigate Sonic with its physics system. Basically, after that I enjoyed every single level. I can enjoy Labyrinth Zone as well. What a shock, I know. Like, I can say that Sonic 1, I prefer Sonic 1 over Sonic 2. Which is a pretty bold statement when it comes to the general of things. Yeah, and what other things that drew me into Sonic 1? The art style. I really love the pixel art of Sonic 1. It's immersive. Yes, I truly said that. It's immersive. It looks beautiful. And also the soundtrack is godlike. I really love the soundtrack of Sonic 1. And everything just comes together to create this amazing, replayable experience. Now, the mobile version. The mobile version has a save feature, which the Genesis version should have had. Concerning it came after Super Mario World, and it had a save feature, so I don't know why it didn't. Also, it adds spin dash, which is great. It has widescreen and 60 FPS and such. So all of those features, you can play as Tails and Knuckles. You can play as Sonic and Tails, and all of the shebang. It's pretty great. And as of recordings of this video, there's a description, not description, but I don't know how to pronounce that word, but you can now natively play Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, the iOS versions or the Android versions, on your PC. I will show. I hope I can manage to work them on my PC and show them in my video. So this is Sonic 1 is all about. So let's get back to the I hope by the way, this is not related to the video. I hope I can explain the things very well, because in my head all of this speech was pretty detailed. But now sitting down and inside this blanket, I'm not joking, and talking about it, it's kind of difficult. This is the first time I'm doing such a thing like that. As I said, I'm probably going to go back to this topic and talk about it more, but I hope I'm entertaining enough and interesting enough so that I didn't lost your attention. So let's talk about DMC1, where I truly also noticed this. So DMC1, I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry. I love Devil May Cry series. I started with the DMC3. I purchased the DMC HD collection on PS3. Also, I have it on Steam on my PC. I love DMC3. It's one of my favorite games of all time. DMC2 is shite. I never finished that game. I stopped playing it at 7th mission. It bored me the fuck out. Do not play that game. If you're interested, go for it, but chances are you're not going to like it. And DMC4 is a great game. Has a flawed design choices, but I enjoy the combat, even though it's really hard to get learn the combat, because it's literally like a fighting game. But that's a topic for a whole another video. And DMC5, I mean, I bought it, I still didn't play it. I'm going to play it. Do not worry, guys. When it comes to DMC1, it was a fun game, it was a charming game, but the difficulty kind of put me off. When I did my third playthrough, which is through this Steam port, I instantly fell in love with it. So why? Because I saw what the game was trying to do, similar to Sonic 1. Funny enough, the first games of these two series usually teaches you that. Strange coincidence. Well, the MC1's combat is simple but effective. The simplicity is the key to winning, as I can say. You can create combos to it, but how can I explain this? Like, since it's simple, the tools you can work with is limited, but in a sense the enemies are complex enough that you can just play around with it. There's a good video about that Civet mate. I don't know how to pronounce that YouTuber's name. It's a pretty good YouTuber I enjoy. I'm going to link the video of the DMC1. It taught me some little tricks, like doing a stringer in a camera change, because DMC1 has fixed camera, which is mostly good in an artistic sense. I love how the game looks and the mansion is designed. It's so amazing. I can just literally smell the Japanese PS2 design of that game. I love it. And the fixed camera gives an artistic vibe that I cannot get anywhere else besides the classic Resident Evil games. Which is funny enough, because you probably heard this a million times when it comes to Resident Evil 4 and DMC1 discussions, but DMC1 was originally a Resident Evil 4 game, one of the prototypes. Hideki Kamiya was producing the game, who actually had to produce the Resident Evil 2, which is more action-focused game. And they looked at the product and they said, this is too actiony. Do this, let's make this another IP. Team Little Devils was formed and they made Devil May Cry, an amazing game right now, as I can say. And also there's a lot of tricks, and that's what I talked about, little mechanics and quirks that makes these games a lot more fun to replay, as I discussed in the Sega learning curve and the arcade design. Like DMC1 has some clunky stuff. When you change cameras, your input kind of reverts because of the fixed camera and stuff. I won't explain here because it needs some visual stuff. I'm not good at editing, guys. And also, you do some platforming, which is frustrating as fuck, because it's not kind of like Castlevania. When you jump, you commit to that jump. It's really bad, but the jump works perfectly in the combat. Like that jump is perfectly designed for the combat. When you get the double jump ability, it's a bit tolerable, but tolerable in a sense. I don't know. I hate the platforming and also the water levels. They are short, but I hate them. But the combat is amazing in the MC1. It's hard to describe actually. You have to just experience for yourself. That's why it's hard to talk about right now. Like in my mind, I can talk about, like not talk about, think about what I'm going to say. As I said, in these arcade design games, but when it comes to it, when it comes to explaining on a microphone or a headset in my case, and explaining to you, to audience, it's kind of hard. But as I can say, the MC1's simplicity is its key to enjoyment, and its simple combat stays interesting throughout the game because the enemy variety is pretty amazing and the designs as well. And the difficulty, yes, Sonic 1 and the MC1's difficulty, I'm going to talk about it right now. Difficulty keeps it engaging. Sonic 1 and DMC1 aren't easy games, especially DMC1. When you die in that game, this is a PS2 game by the way, so it has save feature and such. You go back to the first mission, basically your level. You can only save when you finish a mission. So, my little ass, my little virgin ass, couldn't take that challenge. But now, the Chada who I am can take it. That was a cringe joke. In other words, DMC1 is challenging. The enemies are ruthless. So when you get to the third mission, basically where you fight Phantom, your first boss, it kicks your ass. The boss kicks your ass. The enemies kicks your ass. So you have to be in your toads, and you can do some stylish combos with it. That's why DMC1 is so much fun. Even though it's simple, it's really effective with its enemies. Definitely the game was designed for this simple combat. Of course, I would have liked to change my fire guns, my devil arms. Yeah, it's called devil arms. In the fly, that would have been pretty great. But other than that, it's really enjoyable. The difficulty is manageable because if I get them in mindset, okay, when I die, I go back all the way to the stage. Okay, but when I do better in combat, I graded an A or B or an S. So I can try to be stylish. I can get more red orbs, which is the currency in the game. After I finish the mission, I will get more orbs depending on how I did it. I usually get a C, B, and when I'm lucky an S. Not lucky, but when I played it really good. And with that I rewarded with red orbs, and with that I can buy some more combo material, more moves. Also, when I search the environment, I can collect blue orbs to get my life bar longer and such. And also buy some purple orbs to increase my devil trigger DT bar and such. That is why. And also buy gold orbs or yellow orbs. I don't know. Every game changes what they called, but I will call gold orbs because the fans usually call them gold orbs. Which is when you die, you can come back to the game instantly, so you don't need to go back to the mission start of the mission. So when I just adjusted to the difficulty, that I accepted the challenge, I realized this game isn't that hard actually. Yeah, it's challenging, it kicks my ass time to time, but I kick the ass of the game time to time. Like, I was really scared to just play the game. That's what can I say. And now I can enjoy the game DMC1 a lot. So, when it comes to Sonic 1, I know I jumped the shark in that one. The thing that makes it challenging, I kind of forgot to talk about it, I'm sorry, is overall level design is kind of difficult. Because even though it's well designed, it has no save feature. That is why when you die, you just have to play the game all over again. That's why I prefer the mobile version. Well, of course, I hope I told. Of course, Everything I talked about right now is pretty subjective. I talked about these two games specifically to understand where I'm getting at, and the part of it why this is such a hard topic to explain is it's pretty subjective. There is no objective explanation of this feeling because the MC1, as I said, Hideki Kamiya made the game. He was a producer and such, and Hideki Kamiya was a big fan and still a big fan of these arcade games. He grew up with it. He loved the improvement with himself with these games. Basically, when you are skilled, when you die, you redo this stuff. Yes, but you get more skilled. When you get more skilled, these games reward you as well. In Sonic 1, if you get more skilled at the game to learn the level design to be faster and use the Sonic's movements, you can finish the game faster. You can basically speedrun the game, and that's what the developers intended you to do. So also, you can have more continues if you die and such, and by that you can have a satisfying experience. In the MC1, you can get more stylish points. By the way, if you don't know, it's a meter in the comments. If you do more stylish combat, that means changing your strategy, not always spamming a one move. You will get a D if you do that. Always changing your what you do with the enemies and just play around with it and do a taunt and here and there to get the stylish point. If you get a stylish point by that, you will basically improve a lot, and with that you can get a lot more red orbs, the currency to buy moves, to buy health items and such. Basically, learning the game is important. That is why this topic is subjective, because if you don't take the challenge, you won't learn this game, and if you don't learn this game, you won't play it, and that's pretty okay. Like that happened to me because I really enjoyed the time I played, actually, because the world design, especially in the MC1 and Sonic 1, like the soundtracks, both of these games are amazing. More so Sonic 1, and the art designs, the characters, and the series as of such was really interesting and fascinated me. So that's basically sums it up what I was trying to do. As I said, this is the first time I'm doing a video like that, a podcast style video. I hope my voice was pretty understandable. I'm going to put some background music and such. I hope everything was a good experience to you in this video. I hope you get the idea of what I was trying to say, and I'm interested if you had such an experience like this, or you never did but interested in this arcade design and such. Please comment in the video. I really like to discuss with you. As someone who thinks critically about its media, it is really fun to just talk about it in a video format with minimal editing, because I like those skills. So yeah, if you like the video, please like, because it means that it assures me that people like this content and I can make it more. You can subscribe. I will post these types of videos. I don't have a schedule. Whenever I feel like it, I will do these videos. Also, I do let's plays and also a lot of shit posts. Follow my Instagram, where I usually post about myself, post shit posts, and also I will post my little trailers for the videos I post, so you can go there and be informed about it. I said post a lot. Also, in the future I plan to do more electric guitar covers, and also put some other things that I'm interested. But right now, I'm happy the content I make. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out my other stuff if you're interested. So bye bye.